So I'm finally gaining some ground on this bed. And I'm like, okay, I got this week. I don't have much going on. I'll be out here every night this week. And that might happen. But my real big thought was this coming weekend, I'm going to have like hours just to work and work and work on this bed. And then I look at the weather forecast, and in the Kansas City, Missouri area, it's going to be cold. So I'm in my comfort zone. Getting back to doing some body work. So gonna make some progress, but that means I got to run that damn heater that is electric. And when you fire that baby up, that electric meter spins so fast, if you put a blade on it, you could cut wood with it. So, and it's going to be done in the teens this weekend. The teens. Some bullshit right there. But I'll be out here doing my thing. More to come. As I was sanding along, just buzzing that air file just as fast as it would go, I was thinking just how glamorous building cars is and trucks, and how much fun it is. And it made me think about something I saw today. It's kind of where I'm at right now, taking a little break. Today, I don't know if any of our subscribers or any of you watching these videos follow Chad Hiltz, what they call him, Bad Chad. I don't know how many of you might follow him or watch what he does. I think he's all over Facebook, and I'm assuming he's got a YouTube channel too. I don't watch him on YouTube, but I do see him a lot on Facebook. I don't know if I'm hit the like button at some point or what, but he's all over my Facebook feed. So I noticed today, I watched just a little bit of one of his videos, and he was on a rant about people taking credit for builds that don't build them. And I'm assuming, just an assumption, I didn't watch the whole video, but I'm assuming he's talking about what I call the TV guys. You know, most of the guys that you see on some of the channels. I won't even mention them. You guys know who I'm talking about. The bigger shows, the guys that have big shops and stuff, that have dedicated TV shows to what they build. And boy, he was fired up. He was on a tangent about it, and he was just talking about, I'm assuming what happened was he read the comments. And I follow a guy, I follow a van life guy. His name's Chrome, Van City Van Life, and I will give him a plug because he's an awesome dude as far as his attitude and the positivity he's always got going on. But he said something very early on when I was watching his videos that kind of stuck with me when we were starting our YouTube channel, and that was, don't dive down into the comments. And he said, just don't do it. I don't do it. I don't recommend you do it. Just don't do it. And I kind of thought, you know what? There's probably a lot of truth to that. And I got to tell you, in, what are we coming up on now? 2 years, I think, since me and the guys from Hindsight have been throwing stuff on YouTube. We haven't had much negativity about the stuff that we've done, you know, our own cars or anything else. Maybe one or two comments. And it's just pretty much, when I respond, it's just much, hey, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Because I could care less. And I'm sure that's probably what Chad was getting into, is that, hey, and if I would have stuck with the video, maybe I was in the middle of something, so I couldn't finish watching it. Maybe that's what he was getting to, is, hey, I build this stuff because I like it, because this is how I do it. I don't know. Yeah, is there a right and wrong way? Yeah, there's a right and wrong way. But that guy, even though a lot of people I know don't care for him or his builds or whatever, but that guy has and a great imagination. And to me, he is kind of the true definition of a hot rodder. I mean, he just puts together stuff on a whim out of his head, not from some fancy drawing about, a rendering about how this thing's going to look like. He pulls that stuff out of his head, and he's got a good eye for curves and building. Most of the stuff that I've seen him do is older cars, probably 30s, 40s, 50s, 40s and 50s stuff, I guess, probably. But he just does it. He doesn't have some big grand plan. He just seems to do it. And I respect him for that, because what he does takes a lot of work and effort and drive to do what he does. I got a lot of respect for the guy. Do I do stuff a little bit different than him? Yeah, probably, but does that make it any better? No. So it's just a matter of what you want to do. And this is just a video to kind of rant, because as I was buzzing along and the dust was flying and I was blowing myself off, I was just thinking how glamorous it is. That was sarcasm, because it just, video doesn't do the justice of the crap that goes along with doing body work and stuff. As I'm looking at my screen, it doesn't look too bad, but as I'm looking in real life, there's just dust and it's just everywhere. So as I was buzzing along, I just was thinking of that video that I watched with Chad and just thought, yeah, it's glamorous, and I don't know. It's just what we like to do, because deep down inside, the guys that do it are car guys, because we have a passion for cars and trucks and anything with wheels. So we just do it. I wish I could spend more time doing it. And maybe someday I will be able to spend more time doing it. Maybe build myself more than one car every 20 years. So, I don't know. Just a little bit of a rant of a video about doing what you want to do, building what you want to build, and building it the way you want to build it. More progress tonight. Got the gold filler going on it. This should be the last coat. And for those of you that say, God, that's a lot of plastic on there, trust me, 80% of that is going to end up on the floor, just like that. So it's just the way I roll. It's the way I do it. It'll look great when it's done. So tonight is like a record-breaking temperature in Kansas City area. I don't know, for beginning in November or early November. I don't know what it got to today, but it was hot. So, and the sun didn't even come out much. It was just hot. And so I wanted to hurry up and get this done, or get the plastic spread on it, because this weekend, here in another day, 2, it's going to be in the teens. Highs, I think, aren't going to be above freezing. So that's just, I don't even understand it, but we got to deal with it. So I figured if I got all of this on here, and this would be my last coat, probably got to fill some pinholes and stuff like that, but this should be my last major coat. Then I can spend all that time when it's freezing cold out sanding. So then the shop doesn't have to be above 55 in jeans and a hoodie, and I'll still be sweating. So using my old noggin. There we go. So by the end of the weekend, I hope this thing will be all smoothed out and ready for some primer. And I'll dig up my tailgate, get back to it, get a little work done on it. I don't think there was a whole lot of body work on that tailgate to do. And then we're going to put it back on this weekend, and hopefully the tire's clear. We'll find out. I started working and I thought, you know what? I very rarely use my camera to record me actually working. I talk about it a lot. Let's do it. I don't know how long the camera lasts. Let's do some sanding. Safety third. Sometimes you just need a good snack after a good hard day's work. Ain't that right, Jax? You been working hard today? It's time for some dinner. Because Jax finished this up for me. God damn, I wish. Anyway, success. 'Tis Sunday evening, and the bodywork is ready for some primer. So, the shop is a damn mess, but that's okay. It's all right to have a mess when you got progress. So, here we go. We'll keep pushing and see if we can get this thing primed this week. There's something pretty motivating about actually hitting a goal. It makes you feel a little bit of success, you know, in a long, giant project, much longer than I had anticipated. Of course, well, it is what it is. I should take a beating for this, but for how long it's taken to get to this point. But hey, sometimes, I don't know how you guys are, but sometimes I just lose motivation. I lose interest. There was a point in my mind where I was like, maybe I'll just sell it as it is, try to get my money back out of it, or some of my money back out of it, and just move on and do something else. But then when you come out and you spend a few days working on it, a few straight days, and you get something accomplished, it makes you feel good. And I've had those few days, and that's how I feel right now. I feel pretty good, feel pretty motivated. And, you know, I feel like it came out pretty good. Didn't half-ass it. I got in and got it done. So, we'll see how the rest of this week goes. I dug out the tailgate. It's got a few issues, but it's got to get put back on the truck for me to pull some of these dents. There's a pretty good size one right there. There's a decent one up in that corner. Not big, but, you know, it needs some work. So, I got to get Jax back to work. You ready to get back to work? It's about time to quit eating. So we'll get this thing going this week. Yeah, so you can see it a little bit better right here. Of course, there's a little dust on it too, like it's been just sitting around. Oh, what a mess this place is. That's all right. I'm feeling pretty good. It's like, I don't know, 20 degrees outside. Freaking disastrously cold. I hate that. But I'll get back out here this week, get this mess cleaned up, and see if we can accomplish some more.